Hey guys, welcome back. This is Comics 559. My name is Joey. Uh, as you may have read in the description, I'm going to do a little bit of a review. Not something I normally do. My buddy Chaos and Comics, you know that he's bigger on that than I am because he's more in depth with his reading. But I mean, I've given one review before, and I felt like making a video. So last night I read a couple comic books that I had just gotten in, and I felt like talking about it. Why not, right? Uh, Explore different avenues. All right, so I'm gonna do these in no particular order. I know on the description, I think it said once in future on there first, but I'm going to start off with Spawn number 305. There we go. No glare. All right. So this is the first Spawn comic I have picked up and read since issue 103. That's how long it's been. Now, I stopped at 103 because around that time it was becoming a greater challenge in my town to find comic books. Our LCS had up and left. We had another uh, place called Mike's Cards and Collectibles that focused more on obviously cards, but he did have a rack of comic books, new comic books that came in, and so we go in there every once in a while. Me and comic, nah, chaos and comics. I'm comics 559. I almost said me. So me and chaos and comics used to go in there and pick up some stuff, pick up cards, magic cards, and I think they were still around when Pokemon had just started. So I think so. We got Pokemon cards from them. Uh, but that place shut down. Uh, our grocery store, they had started limiting what comic books they were getting. Spawn was actually one of the ones that they got rid of, and I had actually what issue was that? I think it was 77 where I had wrote to McFarlane, and they had posted it in issue 77. Now, if I'm wrong about the issue, I'll just tell you that it's the first appearance of Wings of Redemption Spawn. That cool ass cover. I've got that toy too, still in the spot. But my little thing about my town, no longer selling, or the store no longer selling Spawn books is in there. Uh, But then, yeah, other places too. You used to be able to find comic books pretty much almost everywhere. You could go to a liquor store and they would have a rack of magazines and comic books. And I'm sorry, guys, I'm kind of going off topic about review, but just trying to give a little background as to why my Spawn kind of dropped off, and pretty much all of my comics in general. It's like once that happened in our town, uh, I pretty much had like dropped off buying comic books because the nearest other place was like maybe a 35-minute drive, and at that time I wasn't driving. Uh, and then by the time I was driving, I still wasn't collecting comic books, so it was like, why am I going to go down there when I can spend my money on food and girls or whatever? Probably not mostly not girls, but more like food and other random crap. So back to the comics. Spawn 305. So this was, and I'm getting a notification. Okay. Speaking of food, I told my wife she left her cheeseburger here, and she says go ahead and eat it. So looks like I got lunch for me. Spawn 305. Technically, it's probably not the best place for me to start off. I resubscribed to Spawn from TFAW, but I'm missing Hell Hunt because that's the part of this storyline. Uh, Hell Hunt, and this is part 4. Hey Johnny, how's it going, man? Um, so yeah, I'm starting on part 4 of this series. but at the same time, it's almost like it's getting started in a way because this new medieval spawn, basically this guy on the cover, which looks hella cool, has just showed up and is trying to, destroy Spawn. Um, and you know what? I'm sorry, guys. I should have mentioned this a little earlier too. That since this is this is a review, there will be spoilers. So if you haven't read Spawn 305, you're going to probably see some stuff in here, maybe. Uh, but Spawn's going around kicking ass with She Spawn, which is really cool. Uh, they're fighting some. They're fighting some angels, right, right there. But these angels, ironically, look more demonish or devilish than they should. Like we're used to seeing Angela. Angela was like a beautiful angel that was kicking ass. But so yeah, they're fighting these angels. They're Spawn's fighting medieval Spawn, and then we get, let's see, what's his name? Reaper right there. And I guess he used to be Redeemer, and then he changed. So he's helping them. And the artwork's really cool. I'm used to, however you say his name, Capullo, I think. And I loved his artwork. So this is a little bit different, but it's still very cool. And funny enough, I don't know, like the artwork here, and then switching to the next page, it looks different to me. I don't know if that's probably the same. I imagine it's the same artist. It looks slightly different to me, but maybe it's just because obviously like the things going on in the book have changed, and it's still really cool art. I mean, look at that. I mean, that's cool. Spawn's holding medieval Spawn's head right there, and medieval Spawn's sword, which he apparently spoke to and basically controlled the sword. So that's cool, man. That's some cool ass art. So yeah, haven't read a Spawn since number 103. That's some of the art that's going to be coming up. It might be a little hard to see from my camera. I know I was talking about it in my last video that my camera. I thought I said I think it was like 1080p. That's wrong. It's like 720p. So maybe that's what's causing what I see a little bit of graininess. But man, this art in here is pretty cool. I'm actually pretty excited to continue reading this. I got Spawn 301. I think I got 30, no, 300, 301, and 302. But I didn't open those up to start reading them. So I'm going to have to fill in the blanks so that I can start reading this from Hell Hunt, like part 1. But Spawn, man, Spawn, always a freaking cool comic to read. All right, next up, I'm going to do Once and Future, number 1. And this is by Boom Studios. This is one of very few indie books I've got. Obviously, Spawn is Image, and I still believe they're considered indie. My lack of knowledge in comics. So, Once and Future, part 1. And I think this is the 8th cover. I thought it looked the coolest, so I picked it up. Now, when I opened this, I took it out of the bag. It smelled different. Like, I took Spawn out of the bag, and I didn't smell nothing. Now, it's not a bad smell. I think because, like, it's got like a lot. I would say like a lot of ink, more so than I don't know. It's kind of weird to say a lot of ink when obviously all comic books have ink in it. But if I would have to describe it, if anybody has like smelled like a new car smell, I would say like this is a new comic book smell. Not obviously not all comic books smell like this, but I would have to describe it as like a new comic smell. It's quite interesting. But I went through this, I read it, and obviously it's only the first one, but you know I'm pretty interested to see where this goes. Um, Apparently, I mean they're having like a drought in what is it here? So it's Great Britain. Yeah, it's Great Britain. They're having a drought, and some archaeologists pull up a sheath to a sword, and one in the middle. Now some guys come in, they kill that archaeologist, they take it, and then we get to Granny here. You don't think much of it at first. And that's good art too, guys. I mean, coloring's pretty nice. It's going to get better here. And then Granny, man, look, Granny with a fucking arsenal comparable to Terminator 2 when they freaking open up the ground and all those guns are in there. Well, granted, the guns that they had in Terminator 2, I mean, there was a lot of it. I mean, you can see a sword in there. You can see some like pretty gnarly stuff, man. Fucking Granny was like ready for some shit. And then we get some killer ass beasts. And look at those colors, man. These colors are fucking nice. I wish my computer had like better resolution. I wonder if maybe getting a new camera would help that out, because this is the built-in camera I'm using. Maybe a an aftermarket camera would get some color in there better. But yeah, man, those are cool colors. So anyway, apparently Grandma, PC fan at work. But let me see. Hey, thanks for joining Life with Two YouTubers. Yeah, how it should have happened. But man, those colors are cool. Thank you for stopping in, being at work. I'm surprised Chaos and Comics hasn't come in. Oh, good. The colors are coming in sharp. Yeah. I mean, that's cool. And the like I was about to say, this Granny apparently used to be a vampire hunter. So she has seen some shit, and apparently with that beast they're fighting, uh, it's just made things a lot interesting in the story. Oh, and going back to the sword sheath. Apparently, the sword sheath has magical powers, and it's the sheath to the sword Excalibur. The Excalibur, yes, King Arthur. And I guess these other people are trying to resurrect him. So that's actually the last page. So I can't wait to see the next one that comes out. Uh, Quite honestly, I think Grandma there is what's like piqued my interest. Just seeing this old lady with the mean old stash of weapons and finding out she was a vampire hunter at one time and a beast killer of some sort. Just like, oh wow, cool. I hope like I hope Granny doesn't get killed off right away, because she's bringing in, I guess, her grandson to help her, and he's obviously younger, but I hope she sticks around for a little bit. Yeah, she's a badass, fucking Sarah Connor right there of vampires and magical beasts. I love that kind of stuff. All right, man. Next up, Such a cool cover. Like the other one I got too. Lady Death, Scorched Earth. That horse on the cover there is awesome, but sadly the horse was not in the comic yet. I hope they like bring the horse out more. So this is I've seen Lady Death comics before, but this is like one of the first that I've actually like read. I have some other ones, but I didn't. I just have them in my collection. Uh, since I don't have like a big collection of them, I just have like a few. Cool shit fighting. What was her name? It says it right there. Atrocity. Beautiful looking art. That 90s style, obviously, look to Lady Death. Big assets. I know some of the recent covers I've seen, she looks like a little like they purposely made her not as busty. Now I don't know what the inside of the book looks like, but got some Trinity sisters down here that freaking drink I think like angel blood. Freaking Lady Death with an eye patch. That's actually pretty cool, but later on she takes it off, so I don't think she actually needs it, but I mean she looks really cool with it on. So in this book too, I guess like a lot more supernatural or demons and angel type creatures are making their way onto Earth. And let's see, they destroyed, I think, Shanghai and Staten Island. That fight in the beginning, I guess they pretty much destroyed Staten Island. So a lot of stuff is going on in Earthrealm. They kind of explained it a little bit here, you know, a bunch of different things are starting to come through and humans are fighting them. But the humans, they also like fear Lady Death big time. And so they're going up after her. Here's a picture of the sisters soaking themselves in that angel blood. Freaking crazy. But this is looking good too. Can't wait to get the next one. I'm actually pretty excited to start like collecting some Lady Death stuff. I've always wanted to, but I just never like pulled the trigger. I've gotten some of the old stuff, but like I said, I haven't read it. It's just put into my collection. But I actually want to get started on an actual storyline. Look at that, man. That art is fucking sick. Lady Death Rules Volume 1. Oh, that's a trade paperback. Risque. Nice stuff. So, those are the 3 books I kind of just wanted to show a little bit of a review. Let me know what you think. If you're reading any of these, I also read The Good Son. It was all right. Obviously, there's more stuff that's going to be going on. I kind of felt like Dylan Brock was being a whiny little bitch, almost like Anakin Skywalker. That's kind of how I felt. But we'll see where it goes. What time is it? 12 o'clock. I actually have to get going to pick up my kids. But hey, thanks a lot, guys, for tuning in. Anybody else who sees the video after I post it, thank you for watching. One more question. Obviously, recently there was a video of CGC flipping through the Superman #1, and Some people are freaking out about it. Other people are like, whatever. What do you guys think about it? Um, I do get comic books graded. For the most part, I have gone through CGC, but I do have one that's going through CBCS. Some of the ones I have signed that I wasn't able to, that I purchased signed, I wasn't able to get them, obviously, witnessed by CGC. I'll send off to CBCS. But with this video that came out of CGC flipping through that book the way they did, do you guys think that CBCS is now going to start coming up? You're going to start seeing higher prices on books sold by CBCS? Or do you think that this is just going to blow over? CGC might make a statement and it'll just go back to the way it was. CGC, like dominating the price points. Anyway, so let me know in the comments and I'll talk to you guys later. I'll post another video soon. I think I'm going to post a video tomorrow. It'll be short. Another community member's birthday is tomorrow. He shares a birthday with me. So I'm just going to give him a shout out, say happy birthday. It won't be anything big. Unless I get some comics in tomorrow. Then I'll show those too. So keep an eye out for that. And you guys have a good one. Thank everybody for showing up. Thanks everybody for who will watch later. Bye-bye.